Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If you suddenly got an extra $500 a month starting tomorrow, would your life actually change 5 years from now? Or would that money quietly disappear into food delivery, upgrades, subscriptions, and small expenses you don't even remember? Most people don't have an income problem. They have an order problem. They invest too early or too late or in the wrong place at the wrong time. Today, I want to walk you through the smartest order to invest your money, step by step. No hype, no shortcuts, just a rational sequence that actually works for middle-class earners living in the real world. Now let's talk about someone real. Meet Alex. Alex is 27 years old, living in a mid-sized city in the US or Europe. A decent job, stable income, nothing flashy. Alex earns $60,000 a year before tax. After tax, healthcare, and deductions, the take-home pay is roughly $3,700 a month. Here's how that money actually gets spent. Rent is about $1,300. Utilities, internet, phone, around $250. Groceries come to $400. Transportation and car costs about $350. Student loan payments $300. Credit card minimums $150. Eating out, subscriptions, small lifestyle spending another $350. Total monthly expenses land around $3,100. That leaves Alex with roughly $600 left each month. Now this is where most online advice completely disconnects from reality. They say things like, invest aggressively, put everything into stocks, compound interest is ticking, don't waste time. But if Alex follows that advice blindly, Alex will struggle. Not because investing is bad, but because the order is wrong. Before investing a single dollar, there's one simple question Alex needs to answer honestly. If I lost my income for 3 months, would I panic? Right now, Alex has about $2,000 in savings. Monthly expenses are $3,100. That's not security. That's one unexpected problem away from debt. The first goal here isn't wealth, it's stability. A basic emergency fund should cover 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. For Alex, that's roughly $9,000 at the bare minimum, closer to $15,000 to feel comfortable. This money isn't about returns, it's about breathing room. It sits in a high-yield savings account or a money market fund. Boring, liquid, accessible. No stocks, no crypto, no I'll just pull it out if needed. Skipping this step is how people end up selling investments at the worst possible time. Once stability is being built, the next problem shows up quietly. Debt. Alex has about $5,000 on a credit card at a 22% interest rate. Here's the math most people ignore. Paying off a 22% interest rate is the same as earning a guaranteed 22% return, risk-free, tax-free, every single year. There is no stock market strategy that reliably beats that. Student loans at 4 or 5%, that's a different discussion, but high-interest debt above 8 to 10% needs to be dealt with early, not because debt is immoral, but because it quietly steals future flexibility. Now let's talk about free money. If Alex's employer offers a retirement match, say 5%, this matters more than people realize. Alex contributes 5% of salary, which is about $3,000 a year. The employer adds another $3,000. That's a 100% return instantly. This step should happen even while some debt is being paid down. The key is simple. Contribute up to the match. No more, no less. Anything beyond that comes later. Now here's where psychology starts to mess with people. Most people ask, where should I invest? That's the wrong question. The real question is, how consistent can I be without stressing my life? If Alex invests $600 one month, then nothing for 3 months, then panics and stops, returns don't matter. Consistency beats intelligence in personal finance. A realistic plan might look like this. Out of the $600 left each month, $300 goes towards investing, $300 goes towards savings or remaining debt. Not exciting, but repeatable. And repeatable behavior is what compounds. Once things are stable and consistent, now investing for growth actually makes sense. This isn't about picking winners, it's about participation. For most people, that means low-cost index funds, broad market exposure, automated contributions, something boring like an S&P 500 index fund or a total market fund. Let's talk numbers. If Alex invests $300 a month, that's $3,600 a year. At a long-term average real return of around 7%, over 20 years that becomes roughly $150,000 to $170,000. Not millions, but solid, real progress. And most importantly, it happens without constant stress. No checking charts, no panic during market drops, no emotional decision-making. Only after all of this is in place does optimization make sense. This is where higher risk ideas belong. Individual stocks, side hustles, business ideas. Not because they're bad, but because they're optional. Your financial life should survive even if your smart ideas don't work. Here's the uncomfortable psychological truth. People don't want the smartest order. They want the fastest feeling of progress. Buying stocks feels productive. Saving feels slow. Paying off debt feels painful. But money doesn't reward emotion. It rewards sequence. Most financial stress isn't caused by low income. It's caused by skipping steps. So, if you remember nothing else, remember this order. First, build stability. Then remove high-interest debt. Then take free employer money. Then create consistency. Then invest long-term. And only after that, optimize. It's simple, but it's not easy. And if you follow this order patiently, something interesting happens. Money stops feeling fragile. And when money stops feeling fragile, life gets quieter. That's real wealth.